Warm greetings for the day to everyone. Once again, I, your computer science teacher from Superhouse Education Foundation, welcoming you all in my next educational video of Chapter 6 Introducing Python. My dear students, in the first video of this chapter, I'll cover two different topics and they are as follows. Introduction to Python, installing Python. So, let's start learning. First of all, what is Python? In technical terms, Python is an object-oriented, relatively simple, high-level, general-purpose popular but case-sensitive programming language. Dear students, Python is one of the easiest language among all the languages, which is too written in high-level language, and it is used for general-purpose programming language. Python is an interpreted language, meaning that programs written in Python do not need to be compiled in advance in order to run, which make it easy to test small snippets of codes. What I have said, Python is an interpreted language, which means the interpreter will not move to the next line unless and until the previous line which the interpreter was checking becomes correct. Why Python? Python is a portable language. It works on different platforms like Windows, Mac, Linux, Raspberry Pi, etc. Python is a portable language. It means that if we create a program on a specific platform and sooner we change that platform, then that program will also run on that platform also. Python has a simple syntax similar to English language. Python has syntax that allows us to write programs with fewer lines than some other programming languages. So that's why programs written in Python become small in size. Python is a complete language in itself, which is free to download and easy to install. Once we install Python, then we do not require any additional file or package to run Python. And yes, it is free to download. History of Python. Python was developed by Guido van Rossum, who was a Dutch programmer in late 80s, December 1989, and published first official code version 0.9.0 in the early 90s, that is February 1991, at Centrum Visconde and Informatica CWI, which is the National Research Institute for Mathematics and Computer Science in the Netherlands. Python is now maintained by a core development team at the institute, although Guido van Rossum still holds a vital role in directing its progress. Now here are some extra bytes for you. Let me tell you, Python programming language was named after a British TV show, namely Monty Python's Flying Circus, which was one of the famous shows of British TV. Tim Peters, a major contributor to the Python community, wrote this poem to highlight the philosophies of Python. So dear students, if we type in import this in our Python ideally, we will find this poem. So After this, whenever I'll install Python and start my IDLE, then I'll show you this. Dear students, here are some list of big companies which are using Python. NASA, Google, Nokia, IBM, Yahoo Maps, Walt Disney Feature Animation, Facebook, Netflix, Expedia, Uber. And there are many more companies which are using Python nowadays. So it shows that Python is one of the most popular language nowadays. Now here are some applications of Python. We can use Python programming language to develop games, to develop database applications. In the field of web applications, to program the robots. In the field of artificial intelligence, and to perform scientific computations. Now, installing Python. So I'm going to tell you how we can install Python on our device. So first of all, to install the Python, we need to download the particular software. So for this, first of all, we need to connect our device with internet. Then go to the browser and type the URL python.org in the URL box and press the enter key. Now it will direct us at Python's official home page. Now I'm going to show you. Now what we have done, we have opened a browser and inside the URL box, this is my URL box. Inside the URL box, what I have written here, python.org. Now after pressing the enter key, this web page will direct me towards the Python official home page. As you can see from here that in the front there are many tabs like About, Downloads, Documentation, Community, Success Stories, News, Events. So under the download section, if we are putting our cursor on the download section, a list will open in front, and from the right hand side of that list we can see download for Windows Python 3.8.2. So this is the latest version of Python which was updated on 26 February 2020. Now, apart from this, if we want to see all the releases of Python, then we can click on All Release. From there, we can find all the related versions of Python programming language. So right now, I'm going to click on the latest Python 3.8.2. If I'll click on this, automatically the downloading of Python 3.8.2 will start. After the download of this file, I need to double click on that file. Then automatically this dialog box will appear where I can install Python on my computer. So by default, the path will be C drive, user, and so on. Now, if you want to change the path of that file, you can customize the installation and we can choose the location and other features. My dear students, don't forget to tick on this checkbox. Now, once we will install the Python, then I'll tell you What is the use of this? So after clicking tick on this checkbox, I'm clicking on install now. So after clicking on install now, the installation process will start. At last, when the installation will be finalized, the software will be properly installed on the device. So in this way, we can install the Python programming software. Dear students, we have installed Python. The IDLE, which is Integrated Development Learning Environment, screen will appear. So to open this IDLE, we need to click on Start button, and from the search box, type IDLE and click on IDLE. Dear students, this IDLE is a window from where we can browse the Python file. We can make changes in the Python file. By clicking on the File tab, a list will open from where we can create a new Python file, as well as we can browse the Python file on the screen. So, dear students, in Python, we have two different working modes. Number one, interactive mode. Number two, scripting mode. The screen which has opened in front of you is in interactive mode, or we can say it's an IDLE screen from where we can browse any Python file. Also, we can update any Python file by simply clicking on the File tab. Dear students, this particular screen we can use for three different purposes. Like this particular screen we can use as a calculator from where we can type any expression in numeric form, and the result will come out as soon as we press the enter key. Second, once we want to check how the specific command will work or put an impact on the program, we can type that specific command on interactive mode. Third, the output of the program which we write in scripting mode will come on this particular screen, that is on IDLE or interactive mode screen. Now this is what I want to teach you in this particular session. Now the time has come to recap the topics, what we have learned so far. Python is a high-level interpreted programming language. It is relatively simple but a case-sensitive programming language. Python was developed by Guido van Rossum in early 90s at Centrum Wiskunde and Informatica at Netherlands. Python programs are smaller as compared to other programming languages. There are two different working modes in Python programming. First, interactive mode. Second, scripting mode. IDLE stands for Integrated Development Learning Environment, which is a window from where we can browse, update any Python program. Compiler will scan the program in one go, whereas interpreter will scan the program line by line. So this is what we have learned in this session. Now here are some extra links from where you can get extra information. So I prefer you to go these links from where you can get some extra information. Thank you so much.